move to Tampa?
You know, I don't think Tom Brady needs another trophy. I think he got more than enough. I think right now, this is about house money for Tom Brady. And for Bruce Arians, you look around your locker room and you see Tom Brady, first and foremost, Mike Evans, Gronk, Chris Godwin, Pierre-Paul, Dominican Sue. And you look around and you say, I got a Super Bowl team. And then you say, it's Super Bowl or bust. That's totally understandable. And Bruce has done a great job, you know, pairing with Tom Brady and showing that if he has the right quarterback, that he can be the guru that we see him as. And you know, this been on full display. It's been up and down. It's been rocky all season. But they found a way to mount that comeback. And I just think they needed a little bit more than what they got from Jameis Winston. And they got that with Tom Brady. Less interceptions, more touchdowns. And they found themselves in the postseason. So, you know, it goes without saying. They brung Tom to Tampa for a reason. They got what they were looking for. They got a playoff berth right in their lap. And then next year, 2021, you know, I'll be singing a different tune. It will be Super Bowl or bust. We will be saying that at the start of the season. So, you know, they're in a good position right now. You know, they're in a good position. They still got a chance to compete for the Super Bowl. It's all right there in front of them. So it's not over. You know, they'll probably end up playing a team out of the NFC East in the playoffs, first round, advance to the second round. And so the Super Bowl or bust comment, it's a real thing. But they just got to go out and make it happen.
It sounds good, right?
Yeah.
Like, Bruce Arians is the leader of this team. He's the head coach. What is he supposed to come out and say? Hey, if we don't win the Super Bowl,
say the right thing.
It's okay. You know, we'll be all right.
Yeah.
Like, you're supposed to say that.
Right.
Yeah, you want to keep these dudes motivated. But as it applies to Tom Brady, let's be clear here. Everybody said he had to leave New England because he wanted too much money, but he was washed up, right? So it's like, okay, if Tom Brady goes to Tampa Bay and everybody said it and played poorly, and if Tampa Bay achieved poorly, then everybody's going to sit there and be like, you know what? They were right. Bill Belichick made him. He's a system quarterback. Yeah. Tom Brady may not be one of the greatest of all time. It was all New England and Bill Belichick's Patriot way. Well, that's interesting because coming into the season, it's like, all right, if that's how we're going to judge Tom Brady, I'm not saying Super Bowl or bust to make it justified that Tom Brady was a good move for Tampa Bay, right? You look at what's taking place here. Let's see, Bucs versus Patriots, because this is how I'm judging it. Points. The Bucs, they ranked 5th. The Patriots, lowly 28. Yards per game, 11th for the Bucs. Patriots, 29th. Wow, little consistency here. Passing yards, Bucs, 3rd. Patriots, 30th.
My God.
If you're telling me that that's not enough justification, then let me give you one more before I let you have it, G-Money. One more little piece of information. Last year, the Patriots went 12-4, a game shy away from being the number 2 seed going into the playoffs. This year, let's see, 6-9. First losing season since 2000. What's the significance of 2000 other than me being in that draft? One Tom Brady was drafted in that 2000 draft. So I say this, Super Bowl, not necessary. The damage has already been done.
Just by making the move.
Crowning. Tom Brady is who we thought he was. Yeah. Crowning, G-Money.
Tom Brady is who we thought he was, but I disagree with both of you. It is Super Bowl or bust for this team. Period.
Come on.
This is why they put this team together, to win the Super Bowl. They don't have an extensive amount of time. Tom Brady isn't under a 4-year deal. He has 2 years on his deal. It is win now. This team is configured to win right now. They're not configured to wait. When you look at Ndamukong Suh, we don't know if he'll be back next year. Even Pierre-Paul, the level of play that they're getting in production out of these older guys, the pieces that they have on this roster right now, this team is built to win right now. That's why you made the reach to go and get Tom Brady, because you felt like right now, if we insert him, this is our chance. it's like the LeBron James effect, and I have a little unfair advantage because I spoke to Bruce Arians and Tom yesterday, and I'm talking to them, and I told Tom, I'm like, you have this halo effect like LeBron James. Wherever you go, the expectation is to bring what you have right there. That is those championships. That is those Lombardi trophies. That is success. And when you look at the Tampa Bay Buccaneers, they haven't had it. And so now you enter into the playoffs. Check. That's not enough. That was never the goal. That's a starting point. That's a box that needed to be checked so that they can accomplish what they ultimately wanted. But trust and believe, this team was configured to win right now. And the expectation is of such. You go out and you acquire Antonio Brown off the streets. Why? To add depth, to ensure, to kind of have an insurance policy so that this thing of what you want to accomplish is still at your grasp. This team is not built to wait next year. I get it. He's still going to be there. But we don't know if we're going to see the same Tom Brady that we're seeing right now. And he's been playing good. He's had some up and down days, but he's been playing good enough for this team to be successful and to win a championship. And they're hitting a hot stride right now. And so I think their time is now. They know it's now. They don't want to wait.
You know, Jay, I don't disagree with what you're saying. The only thing I look at and the biggest variable is, you know, the Tampa Bay Buccaneers has been inconsistent with their protection, keeping Tom Brady clean. And come playoff time, you know, they're going to face some serious pass rushes. And we might say this a lot throughout the show. You know, every team in the National Football League, no OTAs, no mini camp.
Yes.
No training camp.
Yes.
And it was a setback. You know, it didn't allow the young guys to flourish and then allow the older guys to learn their offenses and get better. So, you know, I think in terms of, you know, longevity and consistency, you know, the offensive line is going to be a staple for this team. They got to get that part right. They get that right, and I think it'll happen next year because right now it's late. You got guys shuffling in and out of the line, just a bunch of moving parts. You know, that needs to be fixed before they can compete for an NFC championship and for the Super Bowl. So I think they're 1 year away.
G said AB came off the street with some Mike and Ike, some Jolly Joes, and some Boston baked beans for the locker room. Off them streets. Hey, listen, I like your argument, G. I really do. But if I'm answering the essence of the question, let me read this question one more time. Bruce Arians says it's Super Bowl or bust. The question is, does Tom Brady need a Lombardi trophy to justify the move? That does not, what your answer was, a justification for the team. You are 100% correct in justifying a Lombardi trophy for Tampa Bay. But for Tom Brady, the other TB in the Tampa Bay, it's already been justified. You know why? When's the last time this team has gone to the playoffs?
Tampa needed Tom.
Tampa needed Tom, G. So the bottom line is the minute they became a qualifier for the playoffs, Mike,
it was a success.
It was already justified.
Yep.
Already justified.
I hear you, and I understand that. But when you look at the pedigree that Tom Brady brings to the table, when has going to the playoffs ever been his criteria of success? Yeah. It's never been.
That's fair.
He didn't go to Tampa Bay saying, you know what, I want to get this team into the playoffs because they hadn't been.
But that's expectation,
so
though.
I feel like
we got to be clear here on the details, G. That's an expectation.
I understand that.
The expectation may not have been reached just by getting to the playoffs, but the justification is certainly there on the table.
I've had a lot of fun watching Tom navigate through this season because this is probably the most turmoil we've seen him have in a long time as far as pressure, getting hit. But, you know, the way he battled back, you know, it's been a staple for him. You know, it showed that he has the courage, he has the heart, he still has the wherewithal to keep it all together. So, you know, I mean, in terms of the Tampa Bay Buccaneers, they're 1 year away. And, Greg, look, I agree with what you're saying in some senses, but you know, we got to give this team some time to really gel and come together.
He got Super Bowls. You know, he's got a championship.
Yeah, he's
so
a
he
Super Bowl
flexing
champion.
on us right now. That's
what
all
it
that
takes.
really is, G. You've done it to me on social media. Alex, he's done it to me so many different times. You know what I mean? I get it, G. I get it. You flexing.
Rub it in.
Yeah, flexing.
Well, then you're not going to like me here because I'm siding with Greg on this. When you look at Tom Brady, he obviously won the divorce with the Patriots, getting the Bucs to the playoffs for the first time in 13 years. But it's Tom Brady. You know, even if he's not saying it, for him personally, he's the best at his position. He is thinking Super Bowl or bust because that's what those elite athletes always think and always need for themselves and obviously for everybody else. So, Greg, I'm with you on this one, but we are moving on. Will Aaron Rodgers lock up his third MVP this weekend? And is Mahomes at risk of being dethroned in the AFC? That and much more is coming up next.